Welcome to Pario Magazine, where I chat with individuals who have a desire to create. Today, I'm joined by one of Australia's favorite comedians turned celebrity chef. Welcome to Pario Magazine. And that's what I reckon.
Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. So we're here today to chat about your journey through the world of comedy and the upcoming comedy festival season, in particular, the Sydney Comedy Festival. Before we sort of dig into all of that, you want to give our audience a brief little intro as to who Nat is away from the comedy stage and even away from the kitchen?
That's me. I should probably be the person to answer that. Sorry, I thought you were going to do it. I was like, great. I hate talking about myself, so this will go really well. I'm away from the stage. I'm just like everyone else, I suppose. Except I probably swear a bit more than most people do. I don't know.
I don't know. That's the Australian way.
Yeah, some people say it that way. I don't know. I'm someone who struggles with mental health a lot. I'm someone who gets up a bit late, some days. I'm someone who loves my partner a lot. I love my mates. I play video games, a lot of rock and roll, and relentlessly create things. A bit like these piles of chains in the background. I make things, and I really lean into the ADD a lot and just start a million things and finish about 3 of them. So yeah, I'm a high functioning mess that just can't stop taking the piss out of things.
Fair enough.
That's my hope that fills the gap.
Yeah, honestly, I think a lot of creatives are that way. Like a lot of people I've spoken to over the years, I think might be sort of undiagnosed ADHD.
Yeah, I'd say so. It's there's a reason it's fairly prevalent, particularly at the moment. With people discovering that about themselves, it's by the time you've learned to cope with it, turns out you probably could have got a bit of help with it a bit earlier. But yeah, it is. It's not exactly. It's not some kind of. I don't know. I've got mates that are in that have the same things going on, and I see it as a positive thing, and I try to do that with some of my mental health stuff too. So yeah, it can be pretty powerful stuff, this hyper focus thing. It can also create a massive mess. But that's all right. That's life, eh?
Yep. So then in terms of comedy, how did you sort of discover the passion for that? Were you sort of always the funniest person in your family or friend group?
No, I don't think I was always the funniest. I mean, but I've always been this way. I've always made fun of stuff. I think I've always felt deeply uncomfortable just being on Earth. I've just found it a bit strange. And my way to deal with that stuff is to just take the piss a bit. I remember this video of me in preschool. I would have been 3 or something. And it's one of those end of term performances or whatever. I don't know if you have terms when you're in preschool, but everyone's trying to sing this song, and I'm just fucking losing it up the front. I'm just carrying on, just waving my arms around. Fuck it. I've just always kind of been that way. I love making people laugh and love keeping it real. So yeah, I don't know if it's it chose me, or rather I'm putting the earth through it. But it's just always been that way. But never thought it'd be my job, that's for sure.
What was it that made you sort of go, let's give comedy a crack as a potential career?
I think stuff like YouTube and video creating. I see people make videos, and I've always really loved the arts, and I really loved poetry for a long time. I used to go to a lot of poetry nights and stuff, and then I started going to short film nights, and I just really liked that idea. So I started making my own movies and videos. Movies probably not the right word. Just a long time ago now, probably 12-ish years ago. Just thought, wouldn't it be funny to, just film myself carrying on and just not taking it too seriously? And then that developed into me I had the bright idea of sending myself into situations that I know I'm going to find mind-numbingly boring, like trade shows and things like that. So I started dragging myself and my poor mates along to film as I walked around trade shows, and just in a kind of the whole body confusion with what was going on, and it just kind of the rest went from there, really.
I think that idea of not taking it too seriously is probably what helped you connect with the audience and sort of it took off from there.
Yeah, I think so. I think the internet's full of a lot of people that are full of shit. And I'm not trying to be one of those people. I'm not saying I never have been. I'm probably am all the time, but I'll try not to be. And, I'm not saying they're bad people. I'm just, I just don't, not trying to contribute to that stuff. I think there's something to just being yourself and, putting on a performance or whatever it is. But I think I've managed to connect with people that way because I'm the same person on and off camera. I might turn it up and add a few explosions in the kitchen, but yeah, it's pretty much what you see is what you get over here.
Yep. And yeah, I sort of discovered you through the cookbook and the TikTok cooking videos. I think that
Yeah, right on.
true core of yourself comes through in those videos. Has cooking always been a bit of a passion for you?
Not yes and no. It's been something that's been in my world via my dad mostly, who's a big cook and has done stuff in that space. But most of it was just necessity. But I just loved it. It gave me something to do when I was a bit down and out, and it was something I could create community with too. I really liked cooking for lots of people, and I gave a big shit about it when it was hard to give a shit about myself, I suppose. And so it's a nice hands-on win too, like creating something when your head's going a bit bananas it's really valuable. And it's also I'm really good if I focus on something and I really go for it. I've just, God help us all. And cooking's one of those ones I've just kind of gone for it. And yeah, I didn't think I'd turn this channel into a cooking video, the cooking channel rather. That still blows me away. Yep. I just thought it was something I liked doing, but it's worked out.
And like you said, it is a bit of a necessity. Everyone has to eat at some point. And yeah, if you're feeling down, at least at the end of it, you get something, you have something at the end of an hour's work or 2 hours work or something.
That's it. Or 10 minutes or 5 minutes. Exactly. It's just, there's all these qualifications for things in life. Like you have to do this to do this, and the thing has to look like this picture. You have to put the fucking block of cheese in the middle of the tray and surround it with stuff, and it has to just so. And I'm like, no, you don't. You don't have to do all that shit. Like half of it's made to seem so inaccessible and difficult. And that's what I really like being able to share with people. Is just like, do it your way. He gives a shit what it looks like. It fucking tastes good. So fuck off.
It's not a hard and fast rule of this is how everything has to be done. Is you can tweak things to make them your way, how you like them.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that. And the internet loves it and it hates it too. This divisiveness of putting a certain thing in a thing. It's just, I think it's what got me here, really. It's just the people having so many opinions about food and the way things are done. It's kind of accidentally kind of boosted a big algorithm for me. I put milk in the bolognese. It's not unusual in the bolognese world, but apparently it is. And there you go. Just the chat
riled up half of the internet.
Yeah, I was in the newspaper they were asking famous chefs what they thought of my, it's just far out. It's just milk. Everyone calm your farm.
Yep.
It's great. Don't do it if you want. I don't care. do you, champion.
And you mentioned you didn't sort of expect the channel to turn into sort of almost a cooking channel. Has it been nice to sort of see that grow, but then also feed back into the comedy world as well?
It's an interesting one. The cooking thing shit me for ages, like in terms of making it a cooking video thing. I didn't really want to do it, but I was locked inside. It was lockdown, I found a love for a community that just kind of exploded really quickly. But I think people think that that's who I am. I'm just this guy who cooks food, and sometimes it's like, I think that's a bit tricky for me because it's not really. It is one of many parts of what I'm doing, particularly entertainment-wise. It's like, the shows often don't really have much to do with certainly not live cooking, but like there's so many parts to the video and that's what I reckon thing. That's like, yeah, the cooking thing is I don't know, a lane I just fell into and I'm lucky to be in, I suppose.
Okay. So then sort of one last cooking thing. Do you have a favorite go-to meal, or is there like a pre-show ritual meal?
No, look, I try to keep it easy and simple. I'm a big fan of Vietnamese pho. I'm a big fan of that soup. I love that because it makes me feel good, and Jules and I love it heaps, my partner. I try and dig that up in all the towns I'm in. Also travel around the world. So yeah, that's my fave. But whatever's going, yeah, I'm pretty easy. I'm not too ritualistic about it.
Yeah, I guess if you can't find it, you can't just be hard and fast like, oh, I can't, my show's going to be crap because I couldn't find that one meal.
Yeah, that's it. I will put all the pressures on myself in the universe. I don't want to be one of them. But whatever it is, yeah, I'll eat a burger. We'll have some chips, whatever. I'm not too good for it just because I hate jar sauce. It's just whatever's easy. You can't give yourself too much of a hard time. I'm not the blue M&Ms type, but just you've got to have all those.
Yeah, you don't have the
There,
crazy rider in the backstage of only these things.
60 pound. Yeah, that's it. I mean, it's not, I don't mind. I'm into pear juice at the moment, like pear juice. If I'm going to have like a drink, I'm into this pear juice stuff before I have a drink. That's about the only kind of strange thing, I suppose. It's not the only strange thing, but that's the only wild thing in my rider, really.
So then as we look ahead to the comedy festival season, you'll be performing your show titled Hot Dogs Probably Aren't Real. Can you sort of give us a rundown on what that show is and what the inspirations are behind it?
Yeah, it's with these shows, right? You got to name them before you've come up with what the show is. So I'm always naming it some stupid shit, or like I can't. This year I was like, last year I was like, I'm not going to get caught out again. I'm going to write down a stack of names, whichever one makes me laugh the most. Next time it comes around, I'm going to try that one, and then I picked that one, and then I changed my mind and I changed it to this. I like the idea that there's lots of things you're digesting on the internet, lots of absolutions. This is absolutely this way. And if you don't do this and that way, then it's real. You've got to do it this way. And these things are real. And I'm going to lean into a bit of that, make up some conspiracy theories and have a bit of a laugh about just how all serious and, qualified the universe is a bit. And that's kind of what the show's about. It's just, I'm coming with a looper and a soundboard, and I'm going to really get into it.
Great. Do you want to reveal what the name was that was the original title of the show and then got changed?
The other one, I'll have to ask mine. What was the other name? Give us 2 secs. Is this like, if we're live, we're in trouble here?
Yeah.
Show name. What was the other one? Oh, that's right. It was Live, Laugh, Meltdown. I made a sign recently. Actually, check this out. I was thinking, I kind of wanted to call it this: Live, Laugh, Get Fucked.
Yep. Maybe not so good for a poster.
No, I don't think so. I was trying to go down that route. It's not. It's more or less the same idea. It's just like, doesn't the universe tell you, or just the internet in general, just feed you a bunch of words and stuff? Things are supposed to be this way. Why don't you just have more magnesium and just, never mind who you are as a person or what kind of vitamin balance you have in your blood work. Have that. Do this because you've got that going on. If you can't follow the dot around the triangle, you have ADD. It's like, hang on, it's not. I just love all this wild, just weird shit that's going on the internet, and I'm going to stick it to it.
Yeah, like get some of these like weird healing crystals and things like that, and like this will fix your problems straight away.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't have a problem with people that think that these things work. Maybe they do for them. That's fine. But yeah, I've varied opinions of my own, and they're all in good spirit and just good natured ribbing, I suppose. And it's not the people; it's the topic. You know, that's my speed, I think.
And then how special are sort of comedy festivals which sort of bring the focus on comedy within the city for, like, in the case of the Sydney Comedy Festival, essentially a full month?
Mm. I think it's really wonderful. There's so many comics together. There's so much comedy going on at once, which is really a good way for it's a good way for me to meet people, to meet other comics, and for people to experience so much of that scene at once. I think there's lots of really great comedy going on all year, but it's like this makes it a bit, really accessible and easy to find, and I like that. And it gives us a chance, for people that might want to come see my show can go and see, someone else next door and stuff. So I really love that about it. I love community. So yeah, I dig it.
Is there any other shows or any other comedians that you're particularly excited to try and catch during the festival season?
Yeah, Geraldine Hickey. I'm pretty pumped to see their show, and I'm pretty pumped to see Guy Williams' show. They're my two. I'm a little bit like, yes, I can't wait to go see them. So they're my picks so far. Yeah, that's it. There's heaps of other people, but those are the two that spring to mind immediately. But I'm very genuinely excited to go see their shows. Yeah.
Fantastic. So finally, where is the best place for people to support you and track your creative journey moving forward?
The internet, the Beyond Blue, go check them out. Yeah, I'm just typing that's what I reckon into your phone. You'll find me.
Yep, you'll pop up.
Yeah, unless it's like, I don't really use Twitter or whatever it's called now. That's about it. On all the other stuff, because you got to be. So, yeah, come check my shows out if you want. I'll have a laugh.
Great.
Otherwise, you don't have to either. That's fine too. You can chill out and do something else.
Righty. Awesome. We'll put put all the links and everything in there. So thanks for joining me on the show, and good luck with the Comedy Festival tour.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having us and asking nice questions.